Hi folks, Dwayne here. I've been asked to do the introduction to our next riffing project, The Devil Bat, made in 1940, starring Bela Lugosi. I was also asked to tell you a little bit about myself. I was named after the late, great Dwayne Eddy. What do you think about that? Yeah, so that's why they call me Dwayne. So anyway, enough about me. Let's get to the good stuff. On to The Devil Bat. Roll the Devil Bat, please. Reducers releasing reverberation presents Bela Lugosi in The Revel Rat. Did he make this movie because he needed to get a fix, or was that after 1940? Reduce right,
Now, come here, David Chutnow.
I ain't no Hollybrook girl. Ain't no Hollybrook girl. Actually, that says Holbrook there, buddy. Holbrook, not Hollybrook. Running. Okay, enough.
All right. I'll stop. Jeez.
I'm just saying, man, we've all seen the Jetsons. We get it.
One-shot McGuire, Sammy Sosa.
That whole one-shot McGuire thing is really gonna explain itself during this film. It's pretty funny. Edward Mortimer. Oh, I wonder if Billy's related to Andy Griffith. Probably not.
And Dale Mathers as the Beaver. I didn't know it was going to be one of these text adventures.
Yeah, I love those.
Thought this went away with Atari Laboratory on the other side of overlooking magnificent state of Ooh, private experiments. Wow.
Sometimes I do private experiments, if you know what I mean.
What, no narration?
Nope, none whatsoever. Just throwing you in here. It's modeled after a Kurt Vonnegut novel.
Yes, I'm just getting to the formula of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Yes. So close.
Yet so far. I love that song. I love the 70s, man. Why are we watching this movie from the 40s again?
Open sesame.
Put the candle back.
Oh, and then he walks into another place where there's fake bricks.
Yeah, mighty convenient. They open well.
Criminy.
Meanwhile, 20 seconds later...
Maybe they'll have some dialogue soon.
Ah, my friend.
The stock footage.
Our theory of glandular stimulation through electrical impulses was correct.
What the hell are you talking about?
A few days ago, you were as small as your companion. And now look at you.
You're ready for the ball.
The size of a handbag. Now I will take you in the back and try to sell you as Prada.
You're not gonna do the thing? I thought that was kind of like the running joke in this, man. You're ruining it for me.
Yep. Just another day at the office.
Looks like his parrot is dead.
Oh, I'm so glad I had the place redecorated. This will assist me with my act on Sesame Street. 1 bet, 2 bets. How many devil bats do we have?
What equipment are we looking at? Is that like a punch press or something there?
He's wiring him for sound.
Okay, now I go out here and I take your x-ray, okay? See, I can do it too.
Not since Bride of the Monster did Bela Lugosi look through a window like this. Oh wait, that came after this, didn't it? Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You're wrong. Again.
So I'm pretty sure we've heard one line of dialogue at this point.
Yep, you're right. No. One line. One single line. Which I'm not happy about either, my friend. I'm here to admit.
You know, if I wanted to watch a laboratory experiment, I'll just go to a laboratory.
But they bring it to you. That's the brilliance of this.
Two atomic blasts. I'm so glad I got that Gillette, such a good shave.
Second verse, same as the first. And this is how I throw my splitter.
Yeah, and it just keeps flashing like that, huh? Yeah, science.
Yeah, science.
Science.
Science. Hooking random things up to electronics and making them mutate? I'm in the wrong line of work, man.
And then he goes in and checks the bat. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah?
Anything?
No? Maybe. Now breathe deeply and we'll give you a lollipop.
Oh, the stock footage again. I know you're healthy now.
I don't get it.
Oh, well, that scene's over. Oh.
This first scene is like the intro to an anime film or something. I feel like I'm watching Nintendo.
Hello?
Dialogue.
This is Dr. Carruthers speaking.
Of the Carruthers
Yeah,
brothers.
this is Heath.
No, it's the
Henry
Smothers
Ward and I are having a
Brothers.
little get-together at my home tonight. We want you to come. Why, that's nice of you, and I appreciate it. But I'm very busy working on a formula for a new shaving glove.
Sailing Ocean?
Oh, but Doc, this is my daughter's idea. And she's going to be awfully disappointed if you don't show up.
She'll be awfully disappointed.
Don't take no for an answer. Make him come. Yeah, you see, it's a sort of a special occasion. I bet Mary is going to announce her engagement to that young rascal, Don Morton. Tell her I'll be there.
Or I'll be
Goodbye.
square.
Well, it's all arranged. He's coming.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
When I find the special occasion that's to present him with this bonus check.
A boner check?
$5,000.
$5,000.
Well, back to doing nonsensical science stuff. Apparently he never learned how to waft a chemical in school.
No, he likes to sniff them directly.
The telephone call was just an interruption. Now we can really get to the plot.
Good.
Finally.
You have not forgotten.
To do your bat homework, have you?
You hate this strange oriental fragrance, even while you sleep.
Ah, the cinematic
Just as
close-up.
you did before I made you big and strong.
Oh, he invented the Bic lighter. Oh, I see.
Now,
Yeah, they shouldn't have given him this many lines.
tonight, when you're fully awake, you will strike.
I think he is fully awake there, Bella. I think you're not completely fully awake, buddy.
I was trying to sing a Mariah Carey song.
You will strike to kill. Oh, Doc's late. Wonder if he's been called out on a case.
Doc Snake?
Perhaps I'd better phone him.
Called out on a case? Why would the Doc Snake be called out on a case? I don't get it.
1940.
Yeah.
Remember, Roy, Tommy, you're not to mention anything about this bonus for the Doc until after your father has presented it. Have you warned those two lovebirds over there? Perhaps I'd better.
And I'm gonna make sure that your hair always matches.
I want to caution both of you.
Not to say a word about the check.
Say a word about the check.
Your father will make the presentation, Mary.
Why don't you unveil it like a statue? Then we could all be in on it.
You know, I think it'd be a better idea to put it in a bottle and launch him with it.
You must have gotten that idea out of a bottle.
Yeah, so did the
The
writers.
Doc isn't coming. What?
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, he just got busy with his new formula and forgot all about it.
Yeah, that means his
Forget the formula if
moisturizer.
he knew about that $5,000 check. Well, why don't we all go up there and give it to him? No, I wouldn't do that. He doesn't like visits when he's experimenting.
Me neither.
Oh, I can take the check up to
I
him.
prefer to be left
Sure,
alone when
I'll
I'm
take it.
experimenting.
Shall I make the Doc a speech when I give it to him?
You won't have to, Roy. The check speaks for itself.
Yeah, and says a mouthful.
It's a bank
Doesn't
full.
tell the Doc we're awfully sorry he can't be with us, but of course we understand how busy he is. All right.
Where did these people go to speech school?
Bud. Why, sir? Oh, speaking of Budweiser.
Just a minute, Roy, and I'll be with you.
I'm pouring my last glass, I promise.
You said that last night.
I told you I was quitting, darling.
But Bella.
All right.
He sniffs everything.
Now, what can I do for you? We were all
Maybe he'll
sorry
sniff
you
a
couldn't
butt
be there
soon.
tonight. Yes. But you see, I'm busy. Something important, very important. Yes, of course. Mr. Morton and Dad had planned a little surprise for you.
Is that the statue from the man whose hands of fate back then?
I think so.
It's in here. Well, let's see what it is. $5,000.
Today, that's $83,231.78.
Oh, I see.
Just to give you an idea.
A bonus. Well, it's awfully nice of you, Father and Mr. Morton. I will thank them personally tomorrow. I'll tell them, Doctor. Well, aren't you curious about my new formula? Yes, of course, only I didn't want to be inquisitive. What is it?
It's
A
Pabst
new
Blue
shaving
Ribbon.
lotion.
Strike a pose. Come on, no.
Smell it. Pretty strong, isn't it? No. The scent evaporates a short time after you use it.
That's why I'm leaving the bottle open.
Try a few drops.
He's gonna get him high.
Yeah, man.
Now rub it on the tender part of your neck. Yeah.
Now take your shirt off.
And strike a pose. Come on, Vogue. Let your belly move to the music.
Yes. When will it be ready for the market? Oh, it's still in the experimental stage. I want to try it out on several people first and see if it works. Well, if you'd like to send me a bottle, I'll be glad to try it for you. Thanks.
I'll try a
Good night,
bottle.
Doctor.
Oh, Randy, you'll try a bottle of anything.
Goodbye, Roy.
Goodbye, Mr. Chimps. What was my line? No.
Lovely check, isn't it, Doctor? They are
Okay.
wealthy. Because of you. You
Because
made
of
them
you.
rich,
Eh, blah, blah, blah,
Doctor. It
blah,
was
blah, blah. That was an
your
okay song.
formula. Tonight they gave you $5,000 and wanted you to come down to their house and thank them for it.
Where are your nuclear
That
vessels?
was your money they gave you.
Okay.
Like a bone tossed to a faithful dog.
One check. $5,000.
They could have just said that. It would have been easier to understand.
You should be very grateful, Doctor. Very grateful.
More?
They are rich and happy, thanks to you. And what have you got, Doctor?
Well, he does have this big castle place. It must be worth something.
Let's take the picnic basket and scramble.
You have work to do.
Then you can play video games.
It's time you were on your way.
Time you are on your own. I'm not supporting you anymore, young man.
Oh, look at that. The Bat has a loft apartment at Bella's.
So he just went in to yell at the Bat and then leave? Like, why even bother?
Why are we hearing bat noises over the fade out?
I thought it was the devil bat, not the devil bats. What am I looking at?
But Mary, tonight's
Oh, I
the
know.
time while our families are here to announce our engagement.
Look, Don, I've loved you a long time, ever since we were kids. But I'm afraid it's been more like a sister.
Me, sisterly, love you long
Well,
time.
I had no idea you felt that way.
Hey, it's the title character.
Lame.
Nothing happened to Roy.
Yeah, he screamed and then the grip threw that thing at him.
Roy!
I better call Dr. Carruthers.
Oh,
From the Crothers Brothers?
There's nothing I can do.
He's dead, Jim.
You mean he's dead? Yes, I better call the coroner.
Oh, we're on a call.
Think it's murder? I don't know. I never saw anything like it before.
I've never been this drunk.
The jugular vein is severed.
The jugular vein?
Or establishing.
The jugular vein is opposed to the clown vein? I don't get it.
Send Johnny Layton in here.
Mr. Daily Register. Oh, there you are.
Well, what have I done now? Who wants me fired this time?
Nobody
Me.
yet, but it's still early. This came in from Heathville. It's a mystery killing. Old Martin Heath's son.
Who's Martin Heath?
Who's Martin Heath?
He made the Heath
Say, have you
bomb.
ever had a date with a girl?
A girl? Oh, yes, a girl. I believe I did take a girl out once.
Her name was Frank.
Well, did she smell sweet?
Depends on where you're
Of course
talking.
she smells sweet. Most girls do.
Well, that's because of Martin Heath Cosmetics Limited. They make all that goo that the women put on their faces so they won't have to wash them with soap and water.
I get it. A big man, huh?
Yes, and a big advertising account. Grab
Right.
yourself a photographer and get along over there to Heathville.
Right.
The coroner's holding an inquest.
Right.
Find out who really killed old man Heath's son.
Right. Get a picture
Okay,
of that
McGinty,
Spider-Man,
I'm
too.
on my way.
I'll be here looking like Winston Churchill for no apparent reason.
We will ride it on the beaches. We will ride it.
Chief Wilkins?
Yeah?
I'm Johnny Layton of the Chicago Register.
Johnny
Glad to see
Layton.
you.
And this is my cameraman, One Shot McGuire.
Hi, Chief.
Say, we're down here
okay.
to cover that Heath murder, but we
Right.
didn't get much
'Cause he
information
takes
at the coroner's
pictures.
inquest. I thought maybe
Why
you might be
else?
able to help us.
Well, I'm always glad to cooperate with the newspapers, providing they cooperate with me.
That's
And
the
buy
policy
me
of our paper.
a rug.
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't got very far with this thing myself. Oh, here's something that might interest you. It's a picture of the victim's wounds. You'll be able to see it better with this glass.
Are these scratches on the neck and shoulders?
Yes, but we can't determine the source.
We think it's the body.
They're too deep for fingernails, too shallow to have been made by a knife.
And it was too melodic to be the
More
Stones.
like claws.
That sort of bears out Dr. Crothers' theory at the inquest of a wild animal.
No, it could be Tom
Have
DeLuise.
there been any
He's
searches
a wild
around here
animal.
lately?
No,
Heard of any animal escaping from a zoo?
no,
Couldn't have been one of those African leopard men. They use steel claws.
this isn't Africa.
Okay, Chief, I was just trying to help.
Chief, are you sure there's no clue you're holding back while investigating?
Well, since you're going to work with me on this case,
I might as well
there
get a
is a
real
clue.
badge.
a very weird one.
A weird experiment, perhaps?
The autopsy surgeon says that such wounds could have been made by the beak and talons of a bird.
A bird?
A Boyd?
Why, there aren't any birds around here big enough to attack a man.
It could be a
How
plane
about
of
an
stupid
eagle?
man.
We know it wasn't a bird
How do you know that?
because we found several hairs on the shoulder of Heath's coat.
And they were short. Dames wear the hair long.
Cherchez la femme.
They're not human hairs.
What kind are they?
Well, it may sound silly,
But I'm Adolf
the laboratory
Eichmann.
test shows that they were from a mouse.
Well, who ever heard of a mouse big enough to kill a man?
Is there really a question mark on his tie?
I
Say,
think
a
so.
bat has hair like a mouse.
Well, the only bats around here are no bigger than sparrows. There was a peculiar odor about the wounds, but they were so faint and elusive that the police chemists have been unable to identify it.
Then it does give us something to work on.
The script?
Well, the scent was a clue. It's been destroyed by evaporation.
So it's not a clue anymore.
Say, Chief, do you mind if I do a little sleuthing around on my own account?
Certainly not. Go ahead. If I can help you any while,
And a while, yeah.
Miss Heath seems to be the nearest to an eyewitness of the crime. I'd like to have a talk with her. Can you arrange it?
I think I can.
Well, Dr. Crothers refused to let her speak to us. We tried that this morning at the inquest.
Well, don't you worry about Dr. Carruthers. He's one of the finest men in Heathville.
And
He
murderers.
just thought you'd add to Mary's grief so you could get sensational newspaper stories. I'll arrange an interview.
Thanks, Chief. I'll keep in touch with you.
I'll
Alright.
keep in touch with you? What?
48J.
Por español, marque número 2.
Miss Heath, did your brother have any enemies that you know of?
Well, the book club
No.
didn't like him.
Everybody in the village liked Roy.
Well, what did he do at the factory?
He had charge of the experimental department where the new products are developed.
Weird experiments?
Oh, here comes Dr. Crothers.
From the Crothers
Hello,
brothers.
Doctor.
Hello, Mary. I took a shortcut from my laboratory through a garden hedge.
I used my
You met
car.
Dr. Crothers at the inquest this morning.
Yes. Mr. Layton, I hope you'll forgive me if I seemed a little abrupt. But I'm fond of Mary. And considering the ordeal she already went through, I wanted to protect her from dwelling too much of a tragedy.
Of course. You were quite right.
We're working on the case for the police now.
Yes, I understand. Chief Wilkins phoned me. And if I can be of any assistance, just call on me.
What? Something about a wallaby?
Won't you sit down?
No one will be seated during the sitting scene. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you forgot to
Shall I
take into
start,
account they're
mademoiselle?
sitting
No,
down.
Maxine, I'll do it. You may go now.
Oui, mademoiselle.
Acting.
Do you take sugar, Mr. McGuire?
Huh? Oh, no, ma'am, never. In fact, I don't even take tea. If you'll just deal me out, I'll take a look around. I may dig up a clue.
A raging clue.
Yeah, right.
What do you think of Dr. Crothers' theory about a wild animal, Mr. Layton?
Well, frankly, I don't think much of it.
Yeah, I don't like this film either,
I
man.
can't say that I blame you. But I, as a scientist, take many things into consideration a layman might overlook.
For instance?
Electronic dance
the jagged
music.
nature of the wound, the rapidity with which the murderer escaped, the scratches
The boredom.
from talons or claws.
The
When an
boredom.
animal attacks a human, there's bound to be a lot of noise. You heard Miss Heath testify there was no sound of a struggle.
No. Only those awful screams.
And humans don't scream, so...
It's very puzzling, very mystifying.
Doctor, when you last saw Roy, did he seem worried or nervous or moody?
No, not at all. On the contrary,
On the country?
he was in the best of spirits.
He was in the breast of stirrups.
Well, I've got to get back to the village now and follow my story. You'll excuse me?
If you find it necessary for us to talk again, you may come back at any time.
This evening, if it's all right with you. I'd like to spend some time here.
Why, yes, that'll be quite all right.
Thank you. Goodbye, Miss Heath.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doctor.
You can come back as long as you have your hand stamped.
A little more chiffon, baby.
I do not understand.
Oh, you know what I mean. A little more of your stocking.
Yeah, we've already seen her ankle. Now let's see her knee.
Like these?
Sure, I like 'em. Who wouldn't? Now, hold nice and still, because this is going to take a little time.
Like this whole movie.
A 1940s Woody.
Well, if you're going to shoot, shoot.
Right away, Johnny. I was just trying to get the focus.
That's what my wife always says.
I got it. And not bad, either. I'll be back in a minute, Frenchie.
I need a towel.
And don't worry none about those werewolves. Because nothing's going to harm you while I'm around here.
You make Maxine feel so calm. My big, brave journalist.
Shouldn't he make her feel excited? I mean, isn't that the whole idea of relation? I don't know, whatever.
I think so, unless I've been doing
This
something
is
wrong.
my idea of nothing at all. Sitting here waiting for an animal to give us an argument.
Watching this movie.
Look at that moon.
Yeah, we're all stuck with it.
And I had a date with Frenchie.
Oh, stop crabbing. We're supposed to solve a murder. You
brave journalist.
Oh, it's funny because we just saw that a second ago.
Very essential to the plot.
This
right
is the
there.
first time I've ever been invited anywhere and asked not to shave until after I get there.
I wanted to observe your exact reaction when you tried the lotion.
Oh, now I understand.
I'm very hot.
I want this lotion to be perfect before turning it over to you to be marketed.
We will market it with an X. Because X marketed the spot.
It's a little strong. That'll make the customers think they're getting their money's
I
worth.
feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of this film, tell you what.
That feels great. Very soothing.
I don't think you ever use anything else.
Well, we wouldn't want to market anything we wouldn't use ourselves.
X markets the spot.
That almost smells good enough to be used as a cologne. Oh, what's the matter, Doc? Can't you stand your own lotion?
I have a violent dislike for perfumes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And why would you make them?
All right, Tommy.
Good night, Doc.
Goodbye, Tommy.
Goodbye, Mr. Chimps.
Goodbye, Chief. Don't you want to watch the game, Chief? Guess not. You touched me, now I have to burn this.
Yeah, he's a germ freak.
Nice cooler.
Please don't let there be a speech to the bats. Okay. Thank you, movie. Wow, the film even has its own stock footage of itself.
I'm glad they played this again because I needed to see it to believe it, you know, that I'd seen it the first time.
Me too, man.
What's that?
Where?
When?
Hey, something's
Why?
moving.
How? It's a bush.
Come on out of there, whoever you are.
And see the young lady who came from the star.
What are you doing out here, Miss Heath?
I thought you might want some company. Shall we sit down?
Hell yeah.
You know, you shouldn't be wandering around the garden at night after what's happened.
Neither should you.
Well, but it's part of my job.
Gotcha there.
Mine, too. Roy was my brother.
But you're not black.
Be careful, I think it's Tommy.
Tommy, Tamarino, the Tomster.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello,
What's
Rummy.
up, sis?
Look, man,
Mr.
you
Layton wanted to
promised
stay
you
in the
wouldn't
garden
do
for a
that no
while, so I
more.
joined him.
I
Don't
know,
tell
I'm
me
sorry.
you're waiting for that
All right.
animal Dr. Carruthers mentioned.
This guy
So
be
you
in.
don't believe it either.
I certainly do not. It's ridiculous.
But somebody or something killed your brother.
And I suppose you're working on the theory that the murderer always returns to the scene of the crime.
No, I'm working on the theory that the murderer
Okay.
always returns to the scene of the crime.
Not for me. If you'll take my advice, Mary, you'll leave these gentlemen to their vigil and go to bed. That's what I'm going to do. Good night.
Good night, Tommy.
Right, Rummy. Hey.
Okay, I'll stop. Okay. Last time, I promise.
I don't think your brother likes my being here.
Oh, you mustn't mind Tommy. We're all terribly upset.
I know.
I had to be in this film too.
The title character again.
Come on.
Oh no, not Tommy. He was such a good actor.
Tony's gonna be sleeping with the bats now, huh? That was me, just kidding.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm about of wealth and taste. Call, call.
Next time, aim.
Sympathy for the devil bat.
But I'm telling you, McGetty, it was a bat.
From
I saw
Louisville.
it killed Tommy Heath.
Listen, Johnny, I want you in one shot to come on home or I'll fire both of you.
And stop by Al's and get me a pastrami.
I'm keeping him here to get a picture of the devil bat. Say, that'll look great in the headlines. Devil bat strikes again.
Double bat?
Listen, don't tell me it had horns. Maybe I better send a wagon with the steel bars and the strong boys with the straitjackets.
Look, Joe, have I ever lied to you?
Yes.
Plenty of times.
Well, I'm not lying this time. If it ever got out that I cooked up a fake story about a devil bat, I wouldn't be able to get a job on a country weekly.
Then he'd have to act in this film.
Joe, so help me, it's on the level.
All right, I'll print it. But I won't believe it. Not till one shot gets me a picture of that devil bat in action.
Don't worry, he'll get it. Goodbye. You, my friend, are going to get a shot of the devil bat in action.
Who, me? How?
How not?
Have you noticed there's a taxidermist shop in the village?
Oh, yeah, that's all I look for, boss.
Well, you wouldn't suggest that I go out and stuff a bird, would you?
One shot. To think that you'd even hint that I would suggest you have the village taxidermist build you a nice big bat for pictorial purposes.
Oh, he's
Besides,
speaking in
a bat is no bird,
code.
it's a mammal.
That makes a lot of
Why didn't you
sense.
say so in the first place? Where is this bird stuffing emporium?
Down the road.
Oh, down on Cottage Grove Avenue.
Nice rule change.
Roosevelt declares war.
This just in, the Beatles break up.
Why are we watching what we've already seen? I don't get it.
Oh yes, have some aftershave here. In my striped robe.
Maybe he'll start drinking it.
Ah, the putting the aftershave on scene.
It's a classic.
And yeah, oh good. Are they skipping it? Yes! Winged monster slays new Heathville victim. Americanism.
That was quite the montage of what's happened in the movie. And now back to more montage of what's happened in the movie with this guy taking pictures and Frenchie around.
Now, here's the idea, Frenchie. You hang on to the bat till I get my camera set up. And when I raise my hand, you give the bat a good shove, and it'll swing out just like it's flying. Then I can get a swell picture from my boss. Get it?
Me? I am wise, no?
No. But hang on to the bat until I raise my hand, huh?
That's what I said last night. Man, they've got a cricket and frog problem out there. My gosh.
I guess that was his now signal? I don't know. They have to be quiet because he's taking a picture.
Yeah, and sound interferes with taking...
The hell?
I guess he just decided to have explosives put in it? I don't know.
Say, what's the idea of breaking up my devil bat? I'm going to make you pay for that.
And I'm going to take you to jail until you explain this. Come on.
You can't do this to me.
I'm doing it.
What a great scene.
Just conducting a little experiment, trying to find out how the devil bat does his killing.
A weird
I'm
experiment.
sure McGuire didn't intend doing anything wrong. He's just a little overzealous about his work.
Now, with the town in an uproar, and everybody terror-stricken wondering whether he's going to be the next victim, I don't want any more trouble stirred up.
Indian no one trouble
Even with an artificial bat.
You'd better get back to the hotel. I want to talk to the chief alone.
Uh-oh.
Is it all right, Chief?
Yeah, but be careful in the future.
Did you bring a condom?
Ever smelled anything like this before?
Yeah, on my finger once.
Well, yes. That's the same stuff that's been on every one of the devil bat's victims. Where'd you get it?
JCPenney?
Found it in Don Morton's bathroom.
Dean was out getting a shave.
Find out where Morton got it?
No, I didn't want to arouse suspicion by asking questions till after it's been analyzed.
You think it has any connection with the murders?
Oh,
That's the
no.
way it strikes me, but I can't figure out how.
I'll get the police cameras on it right away.
Yeah, we'll let the movie figure
I'll
it
step
out
around, see if I can
instead.
find out where Morton got it.
Well, it probably came from down at the Heath Cosmetic plant. I've men working on the theory of a disgruntled factory employee committing the crime.
We'll have to replace Postal with Fragrance.
It's certainly more than coincidental that all the victims have been members of the Heath and Morton families.
Yeah.
Right.
Looks like a plot to wipe them all out.
Wish we could wipe this movie out.
Wish the rest of them would leave town until this crime is solved.
Until the case is solved.
You're worried about Mary, aren't you? Well, yes.
She's potent.
I've been urging her to leave, but she won't go without her father. And he insists on remaining here to help clear up the crime.
So there you go.
Worse than that, neither Heath nor Morton will let me give them a bodyguard.
I guess we'll just have to wait for something to break. Good night, Chief.
Good night, Johnny.
Good night, Olivia. Good night, John Boy.
Good night, McCloud.
Boy, have I got a picture that'll knock McGinty dead.
Don't call
Keep
me
the
boy.
devil bat.
Wow, that's...
How
What?
about that wire? Looks as if the bat's on a flying trapeze.
Oh, but I'm not through working on it yet. See, I can touch this picture up so the bat will look like he's got nothing around him but nothing.
Yeah, why couldn't they do this
Okay,
to the
Rembrandt,
movie?
You win.
Wax on, wax off.
This is your news commentator, Walter King. Tonight we're broadcasting from the little village of Heathville.
Whoa, his
where an
eyebrows are
alleged
going
devil bat
rogue.
has claimed 3 victims during the past 6 weeks.
It's a quiet
You will
night
note
here
that
at
I
Lake
say
Heathville.
alleged devil bat. That, ladies and gentlemen, is because
Fat
your
ladies and
correspondent has
gentlemen?
been very skeptical from the start as to the existence of this horrendous creature. I have as my guest in the studio tonight Professor Percival Garland Rains.
But first, my
perhaps
water
the world's
cooler.
greatest authority on animal life. I'm going to interview Professor Rains on the subject of the devil bat. Our radio audience may draw its own conclusions.
I have
Professor
been.
Rains, first let me ask you, point blank, do you believe that any such creature as the devil bat exists?
I do not.
He's got a nerve.
Quiet. In the dark ages, when men and women lived in caves,
I can't remember.
made
Did I
it to
turn
the
off
bat
the
of
coffee
this
maker?
but not in this day and age.
Yes, I did, yes.
How do you account for the fact that Mary Heath, whose 2 brothers were victims
I
of the
can't
devil
remember.
bat, and the newspaper
Did I turn
reporter,
off
John
the
Layton,
coffee
claim to have
maker?
seen this amazing creature?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes, under stress of excitement, our minds play tricks on us.
Hey, he's
Mine's playing
insinuating you
tricks
saw the
on
little
me.
bat wasn't there.
But how about the picture of the devil bat published by Mr. Layton's paper?
I examined
Love
that
the ghetto
picture under
boys,
a
man.
powerful magnifying glass. I denounce it as a fraud. Whoever constructed the strange-looking monster forgot to remove a label from the silk. From the silk used on its left wing. That label reads, "Made in Japan."
Where'd you get the bat brain from?
Oh, Abby someone.
Abby who?
Abby Normal?
Let's go a hurry call to Heathville.
Oh, you remember the
I wanna
joke,
talk to
Dwayne.
Johnny
Yeah,
Layton.
I remember
job.
that
The
one.
Heathville
Thanks,
Hotel.
man.
One guess who that is.
Yeah, McGinty.
They have a lot of walking in this movie.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, pour it
that's
on.
for sure.
So you slipped over a fake picture on me, huh? Well, you're fired, both of you.
And I'm
And
bald.
I'll see to it that you never work on another newspaper as long as I live.
I never got my pastrami
Made in
sandwich.
Japan. You tell One-Shot McGuire he ought to be snapping photos in a booby hatch. Both
What?
of you, come on in and get your final checks.
Then I'll find out Wabbit.
We're not coming in to get anything. All right, so we're fired, but we're staying here just the same.
We're
I
gonna
saw
make
that
this
man.
movie and you're gonna like it.
We're gonna stay here till we catch that bat, and when we do, I'm gonna bring it in and stuff it down your throat. Goodbye.
The bat or?
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope
Well,
I hope you meant the
fired.
bat.
Yeah, I think he meant the bet.
That's him calling back to apologize. Now you give him a good scare.
Oh yeah, listen to the comic relief.
No use begging us to go to work for you again, McGetty. You fired us and we're staying fired. Oh, Mary, I thought it was somebody else.
Johnny, why did you make a joke of a tragic thing like this?
But
Why
it
did
wasn't
you take
intended
my
as a joke,
princess
Mary. I was
phone?
only trying to get the news.
I suppose you call it getting the news when you arrange to print a picture that's a deliberate hoax that has the entire country laughing. A grand joke, Johnny, but somehow I can't appreciate it.
But I can explain that picture.
Don't try, Johnny.
Click. Nice. Don't look at me, boss.
Made in Japan.
It would have been so much better if it was made in
I will skin
Germany.
you alive and nail your hide to a barn door.
Why not? It's short in the film.
You
Here's the chemist report on that shaving lotion.
Oh, no, wait, that's my report card.
I see he couldn't break down one of the ingredients.
Yes, he said it must be some element with which he's not familiar.
Prince?
No, funk.
We won't get anywhere until we identify it.
There's just one other man in this town that might be able to help us.
John McCain?
Dr. Carruthers.
Of the Carruthers brothers.
Yeah, Carruthers could help us. I found out he compounded that lotion.
Well, if you suspect Carruthers, you're barking up the wrong tree, Johnny. He's the last man in this town that would harm anyone.
On this
Why,
town?
everybody loves him.
He taught me how to Dougie.
Everybody
Maybe so.
love me. Everybody
But here's
love
something
me.
else I dug up.
Everybody love me.
The Heath and Morton fortunes are based on a greaseless cold cream formula Dr. Carruthers invented.
So what?
All the doctor got out of it was $10,000.
And a couch.
The others made a fortune.
Well, it's common knowledge that
All he
sold
got out of
the
it was
cash when he could have had an
$10,000.
interest
Keep
the
in
firm.
mind,
Just
5,000
the
was
same,
like
every
83
victim
grand.
had this stuff from his
so
laboratory on him.
That's all?
Makes no sense.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Maybe you've been working too hard on this case, Johnny.
Maybe you've
Oh,
been
I'd just
working
like
too
to get his
bald.
reaction on the
I
stuff.
mean, sorry.
If he denies knowing anything about it, we'll know there's a tie-up
Well,
somewhere.
just hang him.
I think you're balmy. But just to show you that I'm following up every clue, we'll talk to him.
We'll put this in another bottle, and without telling him we know he compounded it, ask him to analyze it.
Doc, I hope we're not upsetting your work barging in on you this way.
No, not at all.
I hope my hat doesn't
I'm
upset
anxious to
you.
help solve these crimes. All the victims were very dear friends of mine.
Yeah, so were my hair
Here's
follicles.
a sample of the stuff young Morton and the two Heath boys had on them when they were attacked by the devil.
About that time, the Heath
Of course,
boys got
it doesn't
attacked by the
make
devil
sense
bat.
to me that a bird would choose only people using that particular stuff.
A bat is not a bird. It's a mammal.
Well, anyway, our police chemist couldn't break down one of the ingredients. We thought perhaps you could.
Oh, it's funk.
Why? I compounded this myself. It's a new shaving lotion I'm experimenting with.
I call it bat spice.
The ingredient your chemist couldn't break down, I discovered years ago in Tibet.
How did you happen to put it in a shaving lotion?
Why is it always Tibet?
The lamas use it in some of their religious rites as a perfume.
Llamas have
Same
religious
very
rights? Oh, I didn't
Sure.
know that
I'm
llamas had a
imitated by
religion. I thought they just
But
walked
what were
around
John
and ate
Morton and the two
grass.
Heath boys doing with
Apparently,
the
we've been misinformed.
Oh,
Good
it's
to
a
know.
policy of our firm to try out any new product before marketing it.
Well, that knocks our theory into a cocked hat.
Yeah. We were hoping the unknown ingredient might turn out to be some sort of a clue.
A raging clue.
This isn't the kind of bottle I give it out in.
I give it out in a
But I
fifth.
presume your chemist changed it when making the analysis.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can do to help?
Tell me, did you hear Professor Raines on the radio last night?
He was
Yeah.
singing The Devil Bat Went Down to
It
Georgia.
was very interesting and very asinine.
You mean you believe there is a devil bat?
Why not? You saw it, didn't you?
Well, sure I did. So did Mary.
Then why worry about what one scientist says?
That one scientist got me fired.
Oh.
You mean,
How did I know
newspaper
he was going to do that?
you?
You
That's
just
right.
clearly mastered Bela
That's
Lugosi,
too
that's
bad.
all. You've seen too much of his material.
Then you're believing Heathville before the mystery is solved.
Believing.
I'm afraid not. I'm going to stay here and work with the chief.
I'm going to buy more fedoras.
Since you're going to stay here for a while, I would like you to try out a bottle of the new lotion and tell me how you like it.
I made it after
You
Pabst.
too, Chief.
No, not me, Doc.
It'll fit
My
in your
wife
10-gallon
ever smelled
hat.
perfume on me, she'd suspect me sure.
Well, Mr. Layton, I understand you are not married.
All right, I'll try it in the morning when I shave. I guess we better be going, Chief.
See you later, Doc.
So long, Dr. Crothers.
Goodbye,
Mr. Chimps.
Mr. Layton.
Come on, Bo.
There's more of this film? Good lord.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Does that smelly shaving lotion put you to sleep?
I swear we just saw the scene.
You're going to use it if you think it's
We
smelly.
did, but it's
Oh, I
like
don't
the
know.
conclusion
I
of the
guess I was a
other
little ashamed
scene.
of
They
ever
should have just
suspecting
melded
you
them
of that.
together. It would have
Well, I like
lasted
it,
a
and I'm
lot
gonna
less
tell 'em.
time than this.
What time is it?
After midnight.
Midnight?
We got to let it all hang
Ain't no
down.
use of waiting around here any longer. This must be the bat's night off.
Wish it was my night off. Caw-caw!
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's quite a bat right there. Like a broomstick or I don't know, it's like a bat witch.
I'd like a bat witch, that sounds delicious. No, don't shoot me! And why didn't they just do that in the first place?
Listen, Johnny, I'm gonna cook that bird personally for McGinney, and I'll even stuff it myself.
Hey, did he say guinea? That's all right. Devil Bat Slayer, that'd be a great name for a metal album. Devil Bat Slayer! Oh, look, tax protest.
Yeah, interesting. The murderous Devil Bat.
I was still skeptical when I came to Heathrow
These guys
to
again?
examine the body.
Yeah, well, you know, they paid for
so-called
that water
devil
cooler,
bat.
so they're gonna film it, man.
But after seeing it personally and making exhaustive research,
I stole some of its hair.
I've arrived at the conclusion that the creature is the lone survivor of a type of giant bat which existed in great numbers during the early part of the Neolithic age.
Full of crap beyond his ears.
Clearly.
Perhaps I should explain for the benefit of some of our listeners that the Neolithic age is that
Bella
period
was
of
just standing
antiquity
there trying to
commonly
figure
called
out how to
Stone
put his wallet in that thing.
Imbecile, bombastic ignoramus.
You'll never know the value of my Bet Prada bag. Wire you back up for some sound here.
Can't believe they're showing this again.
Okay, could I get a level, please? Maybe he's just hanging him out to dry.
Yeah, well, you know, guests don't like to smell wet bat when they come in his castle or whatever this is. Just put on my goggles here.
I hope I don't run out of quarters.
Sorry, McGinty, but one shot and I are not interested. At your prices. Of course, if there was a raise of, say, $30. $30?
One shot wants a raise.
You're hold-up men, both of you. I refuse to be robbed.
Have it your way, McGinty. Have it your way. But we have the bat's corpus delicti and the exclusive picture.
And the pastrami sandwich.
Of course, I've got an eyewitness story that 2 syndicates are bidding for.
And don't forget, you gotta pay us for the time we were fired.
That makes no sense.
That's better. Now you're talking, boss. Okay, we're working for you again. We'll gather up the loose ends and see you in a couple of days. Goodbye.
I feel like we're going to see a boatload of loose ends fly in this film.
I think so.
Hello, Johnny.
Well, Mary.
Johnny, I came to tell you that I'm sorry I said what I did the last time we talked. Do you suppose... well, I don't know how to say it, but...
I do.
Miss Heath.
Oh.
Do you suppose that little French girl would apologize to me if I looked her up?
Hell, she'd apologize to me one shot. Go on.
Yes, my roast will be ready in no time.
Why didn't they just, like, sequence this like this in the beginning, you know? It would have been nicer to watch.
Is that Tom Servo on that thing back there?
I think so.
Or Bubblegum Machine?
Maybe both.
Don't forget to sniff it, Bella. You forgot to sniff it!
Hey, it's the one time, you know, I can't remember every time.
Just in case you don't remember this scene, we're gonna do it one more time, because it was just so classic.
And memorable. Which is why we need to see it again.
I think he's gonna make a speech to the bat now.
Splendid.
You're right.
You will be even greater than your unfortunate predecessor.
Adam West?
Cacao. Vogue.
Enraged, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
I'm enraged also.
Oh, that's good. That makes 2 of us, Bella.
Actually, that's 3, including Dwayne, man. Forgot about me.
Strike him down.
Yeah.
Henry?
Yeah, quite the jump cut there, huh?
Be better than I had hoped. I want you to try.
Well, just leave it here, Doc, and I'll try it in the morning after shaving.
I prefer to groom my mustache privately.
Can't have the chicks watching me while I groom my mustache.
Isn't it too strong?
No, no, no. Evaporation quickly tones it down just to the right scent.
Yeah, we know.
Rub a few drops on your face.
Well, I'd
Then
rather wait
put
till
some
after I
on your...
shave.
Oh.
Then my skin will be more tender and receptive to a lotion.
That's what she said.
Just a little here. The texture of the skin there is always very delicate.
It is the best place to let bat kill you.
I give you a few drops in your hand.
I hope you're right about that scent evaporating quickly.
I'm gonna smell like a whorehouse.
Smell of the high heavens.
Perhaps that will be the secret of its success.
Well, you can never tell what's going to happen in this business.
Or this film.
You can believe me, Henry. You don't have to worry.
Yes, I can believe that, Doc. All of your formulas have been highly successful. Oh, I've been going over the report of the company's annual earnings.
Annual earnings?
Net profit of over $1 million. Not bad, eh? When you remember what we built on.
Yes, I love that couch.
A mere $10,000 for your formula.
And my mustache.
You shouldn't have demanded all cash, Doc. You should have ridden along with us. Then you'd be rich, too. No, but then you've had a lot of fun in your laboratory.
When your weird experiments.
Dreaming up something new. You're a dreamer, Doc.
Montreal.
Too much money is bad for dreamers.
So you try to pay me in flattery, telling me that I'm a dreamer. Well,
Montreal?
I do dream. Dreams that you could never guess.
To dream the impossible dream.
You're afraid, Doc. Now calm down. Get a grip on yourself.
Oh yeah, he's so
You've been
out of
working
control
too hard
right
on
now.
your formula.
Formula. That's but child's play for a great scientist.
A great scientist?
Your brain
pretty
is
great.
too feeble to conceive what I accomplished in the realm of science.
Doc, you've made some great scientific discovery. What is it?
0 calorie CD.
When you'll find out, Henry, it'll be too late for you.
Oh, come, Doc. You can't pretend to control a man's destiny.
I've already proved it 3 times.
Acting.
How to get arrested by Bela Lugosi.
I'm sorry. Perhaps you're right, Henry, about my working too hard. I guess I'm a little tired. I better go home and get some rest.
Sure. A night's sleep will do you good. Good night, Doc.
Goodbye, Henry.
Goodbye, Mr. Chimps.
$36J.
Por español, marque número.
Oh, that's you, Martin?
Yes, Henry.
I want you to call Chief of Police Wilkins to come to your house immediately. It's very important.
Chief's here now.
Well, don't let him leave until I get there.
And tell him to bring his bathing suit.
I think I've got a clue to all those murders. It may peter out, but if half what I suspect is true, it's the most diabolical plot that a madman ever concocted.
Bela Lugosi's Hungarian.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Professor, I forgot my hat.
Henry, what is it? I'll tell you all about it when I get there.
I hope I didn't intrude on a private conversation.
Oh, nothing important.
I was just talking to my mustache.
How cute, they left together.
Yeah.
A Hungarian man in traffic.
Is that what we're looking at? Can't really tell, none.
I wouldn't have believed that he was being followed unless they showed this footage, so it's a good thing they did.
It's important. Studebaker.
Cricket, cricket, ribbit, cricket, ribbit, cricket, ribbit, cricket, ribbit, cricket, cricket, ribbit, cricket.
Cacao. Cacao. Cacao.
Quiet down, my darling. It is not time yet. Still can't get that Mariah Carey song out yet.
I hope they show more scenes of cars parking.
Sounds like a turkey almost.
Little.
I hope Henry was right about having a clue. But why didn't he explain more about it when he phoned?
When I insisted, he changed his tone as if he'd been interrupted. I was afraid that he might be overheard.
Oh wow, a change in call.
What was that squeaky sound?
Imagine that.
Oh, just some night noise.
Would he fall into the can or something?
Yeah, he's in up to his neck.
Jeez. Oh, it hit his jugular vein. I can't help this man, he's dead.
Either he's dead or my watch is stopped.
So we could have just watched this movie from here, because, yeah, it's just the same story again.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least with better overlays.
Yeah, you'd think they'd do this the first time. Heathville. Ah, Heathville.
Who knows what will happen next?
Only the
much
shadow
better, Mr.
knows.
Heath, since you asked us to stay in your home until the devil bat has been killed. I've been worried about Mary.
What reason have you to believe that Mary is in danger?
Only this. I'm
Again?
convinced that someone is using the bat to wipe out the entire Heath and Morton families.
We know.
I assure you, the thought of a human controlling a bat is fantastic.
Just the same, no villager's been killed or even attacked.
You're forgetting, aren't you, that Mr. McGuire was attacked. He's not a member of either family.
Why, I'm practically a member of this family already.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
going to marry Miss Heath's maid.
Oh, really? Well, boys, I'll have Maxine show you to your rooms.
I must be running along home. It's past my bedtime. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night,
Good night, Martin.
Good night,
Good
Doc.
night, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, Mr. Chips.
Come along.
And next scene.
Maxine?
Oui, mademoiselle.
Are you French?
Did you fill my perfume bottles with something new?
Oh, no, mademoiselle. I never touch your perfume.
I just
Honey,
fill
I
it
don't
with
recognize
cat urine.
Perhaps Dad filled them as a surprise. He always does that with every new perfume the plant puts out.
Is there anything else?
No, just
No,
boring
Maxine, that's
plot.
all. Good night.
Good night, Mademoiselle.
And that's the end. Oh.
Nope. Nope. Still not the end. Even though we've seen the same storyline, what, 3 times now?
Hopefully, the last time we see the shot, but you never know.
Sleeping so soundly.
This is where Bella becomes untransformed. It turns out he was really the Bat, and this is actually a low-budget version of Dracula.
That would be so much better.
Stock footage. And he was worried about her.
Yeah, she's fine.
I was trying to get in the window. A big bat.
She screamed it
Oh,
away.
it was awful.
Who let the bats out?
Mary, I want you to tell me everything you did just before that bat tried to get in.
Well, first I took a bath. Then I brushed my hair, and Maxine came in and turned the covers down.
Hold on, let me get my notes here.
And fastened the screen, which somehow had come unhooked.
Yeah? Go ahead, what else?
Well, then we talked about some new perfume that someone had put in my dressing table bottles. Dad,
Yeah,
did
we
you
just
put
saw
any
this
perfume
2
in my
minutes
bottle?
ago.
I know, right?
No, I didn't.
Is this the stuff?
Yes.
Johnny, this smells like...
Hey, quiet.
So,
I've got a hunch that I
plot mistake here. He's smelling the stuff on his hand, and I don't think he ever gets attacked. What the hell,
What's
movie?
Carruthers' number?
48J.
Don't you miss phone numbers like that?
I do.
Operator, give me 48J, please. Hello, Dr. Carruthers. This is Johnny Layton. That's right. Something terrible has happened to Mary. Can you hurry over?
She's been in this film.
I'll be right there.
Good.
Boy, Johnny, I'm all right. I don't need a doctor.
That's where the cooperation part comes in, Mary. You'll have to pretend to be a nervous wreck. Mr. Heath, you in one shop must help her trick Dr. Carruthers into staying here as long as you can.
Where are you going, Johnny?
To, do a little private bat hunting.
She'll have to pretend to be a nervous wreck. Let's see, does this... No, no.
No, that's not a yep.
No. Is
Maybe?
it that?
Nope.
Nope.
What, is he also doing perms there part-time?
Oh, it's a sound studio.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer than ours, man.
The devil bat tried to get through that window. She's suffering from fright. I give her a sedative.
Sedative?
Where's Mr. Layton?
Why, I guess he's out in the garden hunting the double bat.
Layton is a very brave young man.
But very stupid.
Give Miss Heath one of these every half an hour.
Oui, Doctor.
It will quieten her nerves. But, Doc, hadn't you better stay until she's quieter? She'll be all right in the morning.
Hey, Doc.
Ooh, she sounds all right now, as a matter of
Would you mind taking my
fact.
temperature?
You look perfectly well, Mr. McGuire.
Well, you ought to see my tongue. It looks just like a squirrel's tail. Look.
Try some calomel.
I'd walk a mile for a cat. Oh, that's another joke.
Man, you are heavy on those Marx Brothers jokes today, man. I tell you, those kids are gonna love this. Kids over 40, that is.
Now back to duplicating Pep's Blue Ribbon.
Peekaboo, I sees you.
Open sesame.
Wow, his distillation is going well.
Whatever happened to all those loose ends that were gonna get tied up?
Man, this guy is great at acting around corners. Wow. You know, I like the movie better when it doesn't have any dialogue.
You may have visitors tonight, and it would be dangerous for me if they found you here.
Riveting scene.
Fly, my children, fly.
It has a handle on it. It's not very secret, is it? At least he has a little bit of a tasteful lighting lamp there. It looks nice. Good choice, Bella.
Okay. I thought I locked this door. I guess not. Oh, strike anywhere. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in. I'm kidding. I'll open the door for you.
Hi, Doc. I hope I'm not intruding.
No, not at all. I heard you were out stalking the devil bat.
Stuffing the devil bat?
No, but I thought maybe you might be able to help me.
Well, I don't see how that's possible, but if you can suggest anything...
I suggest the director yell cut.
Well, you could give me some more of that new concoction of yours. That shaving lotion.
But how on earth could that possibly help catch the devil bat?
Is it just me, or do most of the scenes in this film have to do with shaving lotion?
It might attract the killer.
I don't see how you can connect the two. But there is a bottle of the lotion on the table.
Thanks.
Gee, I wonder what's gonna happen.
I don't know. We've only seen it twice. Come on, Vogue. Let your belly...
You see, Doc, I figured out something.
This movie sucks.
All four of the murdered people had this lotion on them when the devil bat struck.
Yeah, we know.
Now, my plan is to sit in the garden, and when the killer makes one of those power dives, I'll blast him.
Layton, I'm afraid all these murders have affected your mind.
Maybe you'd like to come along, Doc, and be an eyewitness.
Or a bad witness.
I'm sure it would be just a waste of time.
We agree.
I'm glad to watch your experiment.
Good. I knew I could count on you to help me.
The one scene where characters leave and nobody says goodbye.
I tell you, Layton, expecting a bat to be attracted by the scent of a lotion is all foolishness.
And I had a date with Frenchie tonight. I love that one.
Sit down, Doc. The devil bat's behind schedule tonight.
The devil bat went down to Georgia. Gonna have himself a time.
Riding with the devil bat.
You aren't very chummy tonight. What's the matter?
Firearms always make me nervous.
Oh, I thought maybe you didn't want to be sitting too close to me. Just in case the devil bat does show.
Don't sit so.
According to your theory, the killer wouldn't attack me. I haven't any of that lotion on me.
Yeah, I think we all saw that coming.
You have now, Doc.
Why did you do that?
To make it a 50-50 proposition, Doc. Now sit down. And don't try any shenanigans.
They're terrible. I've already looked them up on Urban Spoon.
Not so funny when it's your own jugular vein that's in danger. Is it, Doc?
No, it's my clown vein.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe you made a mistake when you let that devil bat of yours out of the attic tonight.
Yeah, this whole movie is the mistake you made.
Don't worry about the bat killing you. I'm saving you for the hangman.
How nice of...
Tell me, Doc, how did you develop a monster bat like that?
A little personal, huh?
You wouldn't understand the scientific theory.
You don't even know what a nucleus is. Mariah Carey's back.
Shoot to kill.
I'm glad the music really fits this scene.
Action so tense you can almost see it.
Almost. Does he have a bat gun or an elephant gun? Yeah, it's a terrible joke, I know.
Hello, Chief. What are you doing out here?
Young fellow, don't think that you're the only man working on this case. And it was lucky I was here, too.
I was watching the game.
No, he got away. Well, here's one bird that didn't get away, and he's the murderer we've both been looking for.
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. No, don't shoot her.
Where is it? It's gone. And so's the doctor.
Did you get the bat?
What happened? Doc Carruthers is the murderer, and he's hiding somewheres in the garden. You fellas get back to the house and guard Mary.
No, it's somewheres.
Come on.
Somewheres. Not somewheres. Somewheres is like if I have to buy somewheres, you know, versus horror. Some horror.
Doctor! Has anything happened to Johnny? Is he hurt?
They took him up to my place. You better come along with me.
Again? Go. Now, is that her screaming, or is that the devil bat? I killed Bela Lugosi and his ministers when I saw it was time for a change. I think this is officially the end. I hope.
There were 3 screams in that scene.
Easily.
Are you all right, Mary?
Go help Dr. Carruthers. He's over there.
Better tell his brother.
That devil bat belonged to the doctor, Mary. He created it to commit those murders.
It wasn't Dr. Mary, it was Dr. Carruthers.
Yeah, you think he'd remember by now.
It's too late to help the doc.
It's too late to help any of us, in fact. They tampered in God's domain.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks for watching. The end. Finally. Good Lord. It's the end.
Ah, my friend. Our theory of glandular stimulation through electrical impulses was correct.